Once again, welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I'm going to talk about Ethereum and how it will be performing in the upcoming days and weeks. But firstly, thank you very much for watching my previous videos. And if you like this content so far, do not forget to hit that like button and also the subscribe button as well. So that would really be appreciated. So let's take a look at the Ethereum chart. Right now, I opened up the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin chart, and let's take a look what we're currently seeing. We saw this major move towards the downside getting started, and what you are seeing right now is that we currently broke this higher low pattern. We created a lower low than the previous low, as you can see over here, and that's for sure something I think is just very unfortunate, because if we stayed in the higher low structure, we would have seen eventually if Ethereum breaking above this upward sloping resistance line, but unfortunately we broke down below. And right now what we have to do is take a look at what we could possibly see happening next. So let's take a look at the indicators. If we enable the EMA ribbon, what we are seeing over here is that for the first time after we broke down below the EMA ribbon, we tried to retest it, and it served as a major level of resistance, as you can see. Also, it was the level of resistance where we broke underneath and where we're trading right underneath also. So that is the orange line that you're seeing over here, but as well the EMA ribbon is a very big part of this resistance level. So I think personally that right now this will serve as a major level of resistance. I think we will head a little bit further down before Ethereum will be able to break above the EMA ribbon and find support on top of it. So that is something very important to take a look at, and that would look something similar to what we saw previously, breaking above it and finding support on top of it. Once this occurs, it is very probable that we will see major movement towards the upside getting started. So let's take a look also at the RSI on the 4-hourly time frame compared to Bitcoin. And what we're seeing on the RSI is actually that we had this major downward momentum getting created. We are not spotting any type of bullish or bearish divergence, but right now we are heading straight back once again. What I think is very fortunate is that we can't see a major move like the previous move that we saw on the Ethereum chart, especially because the RSI at that certain moment was above the dotted line, and that is an indicator that the price or the strength compared to Bitcoin will decrease. And right now we are trading at the lower part of the purple area, and that's what I personally think, that if we head further down, that it won't be a major drop like we saw previously. And I personally think that we will be holding on top of this level of resistance and otherwise on top of the next one. But I personally think that the 0.06 level would be a nice level of support, especially because we got supported there already before we tried to retest this level of resistance and the EMA ribbon. So let's go a little bit further and let's take a look at what the moving averages are saying, and also what MACD is telling us on the compared to Bitcoin chart. So 1 second please. What we are seeing over here is that we are still on top of the moving averages. As I said before, also during one of my live streams, I thought that we would be heading towards the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame compared to Bitcoin. That is exactly what happened. Right now we're finding support on top of it. Unfortunately, we are not seeing that higher low structure still getting formed. We right now have a current lower low than the previous low, and I personally think that this is very exciting to see, because we got supported by the 50-day moving average, and I think that is also why we will still get supported on this level if we see a minor momentum towards the downside getting created out of the EMA ribbon that we saw previously on the 4-hourly time frame. Also, let's take a look at the MACD and what it is actually telling us. So in the MACD, we saw this momentum crossover a few days ago. I think it is very good to know that we are right now still in a downward momentum, and that the crossover is not there anytime soon. So it is probable that we will still see minor decrease compared to Bitcoin occur during the upcoming days. But for sure, these levels down below, the 100 and 200-day moving averages, will serve as major levels of support. And I personally think that, as I said before also, that if we do not hold strong on the 0.06 level or the 0.0 0.64 level, we will be heading towards the let's take a look, 0.05 level, and that will for sure hold strong, especially due to the 100-day moving average that's also serving as a major level of support at that level. So this is what I wanted to show you compared to Bitcoin. I think it's very interesting to look at what the price action is actually doing. And just to take into consideration, I wanted to show you this pattern that might play itself out in the long term. We are seeing a type of descending triangle getting formed. That would be something quite amazing to take a look at because eventually we could see a major move towards the upside getting started outside of this pattern. So right now we already have 2 touch points on the horizontal level of support down below. Probably we will be heading towards a third retest of this level of support. If we do not break down all the way towards the 100-day moving average, this pattern will still be in place, and I think that is very interesting to take into consideration. And also, if you take a look at the downward sloping resistance, we already have 2 touch points over there as well. So this could be a possible major pattern that is playing itself out on the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin chart, and something that we for sure will be monitoring very closely in this channel. So let's take a look at the Ethereum compared to the US dollar chart. But before doing so, do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you're liking the content so far, and also give me a thumbs up down below in this video. That would be highly appreciated. And if you're interested in trading this possible Ethereum move during the upcoming weeks, do not forget that down below in the description section you will be able to find the top 4 leverage trading exchanges where you can earn up to $1,610 deposit bonus down on Bybit. And also on KTO you are able to trade with 736 different type of cryptocurrencies. So if you go down below and use one of these links, you will also be supporting the channel by doing so, and it will be highly appreciated. So thank you very much already. So let's head back to the Ethereum chart and let's take a look at the US dollar chart. On the daily time frame, we are seeing that right now I already had drawn this pattern over here. I think personally that I draw this pattern on the 4-hourly time frame. I'm very sure this is a pattern that I draw on the 4-hourly time frame, and that's why I will be removing this. But right now what we're seeing is that we broke below the 100-day moving average, a very important level of support, and we are heading all the way towards the orange box. The orange box is very important at $2,280, especially because if we find support on top of it, we will be eventually heading back up. That's my personal opinion, of course, but I think this will hold strong, especially because it has been holding strong for quite a while now, as you could see previously. And if we break even further down below towards the $2,000 level, I think that is a perfect level of accumulation, especially because I don't think it is very likely for Ethereum to break down even further down below, especially because if and once it heads towards the $2,000 level, also the 200-day moving average will be there, serving as a major level of support, and those combined together are going to serve as major support that I think will be holding strong during the upcoming days for sure, if we see Ethereum breaking below the $2,280 level on top of the orange box. So also, let's enable the MACD. I think it is very interesting to take a look at the MACD on the daily time frame, and what we're seeing is that we saw a crossover with downward momentum getting created. For sure, very interesting, and this could probably mean that we will see Ethereum break down below the $2,280 level. But right now, as you can see, if we take a closer look on the Ethereum chart, it's still holding very strong. So it might possibly be the case that we will see a next crossover getting created. As we saw previously, there was also a minor crossover, slightly upward momentum getting started, and once again a small crossover, and right now we are seeing that downward momentum getting started. But I think for sure that if we are trading like this sideways, eventually the crossover will occur once again, and we will see upward momentum getting started and the price action of Ethereum going up. So the MACD is looking quite good right now. I will disable the moving averages. If we take a look at the 4-hourly time frame, what we're seeing over here on the MACD is that we are also seeing once again quite a similar crossover right now, downward momentum getting started. I personally think that if we hold strong on the $2,280 level, we will be seeing a crossover once again occur and heading straight back up. Otherwise, I think a retest of the $2,000 level will be inevitable and that we will be holding strong due to the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, and also because the previous data shows us that this is a major level of support and resistance. So for sure, I think it is very interesting to take a look at what could possibly happen, and I will be personally accumulating more Ethereum once we head towards the $2,000 level, if this occurs, of course. So we were taking a look previously at the daily chart, and we saw that we saw a pattern playing itself out there. We saw this ascending triangle that I draw over there before, and that's also why I will be placing it right now. And what we're seeing is that this ascending triangle broke down towards the downside and found support on top of the $2,280 level, and right now it's going to retest this level once again. So for sure, I don't think the entire breakout towards the downside will occur, but I will be measuring it for you. So if we take a look at this possible breakout, and this is not the right measurement, so I will be placing it a little bit further this way, all the way towards the beginning of the upward sloping support, and this would be a major breakout for Ethereum. You could see that this is almost a 33% drop towards the downside, and that would be heading below the $2,000 level. I don't think this is realistic due to the fact that this is a major level of support, and also due to the fact that we are seeing that the 200-day moving average will eventually serve as support as well on the $2,000 level, and I think those two combined are very good indicators that we will be holding strong on that level for sure. So I don't think this potential breakout all the way towards the downside of 33% will be occurring anytime soon. Also, let's enable the EMA ribbon. And what you're seeing over here is that we're actually seeing a second retest of the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame compared to the US dollar. I think this is for sure very interesting, because once we see several breakouts occur, several retests occur of the EMA ribbon, that is for sure very interesting, because eventually I personally think that we will be breaking above the EMA ribbon, and this retests are actually showing us where we will potentially break out as well, because right now we were not able to break above it. The second retest did not have enough strength also, but perhaps if we find support on top of the $2,280 level, we will be able to create that upward momentum on the MACD and break out eventually on top of the EMA ribbon, finding support on top of it and breaking even further up. And that would be a possible move all the way towards the $2,545 level for sure, and that is this level over here of support and resistance where we would have to be heading to if we would like to break above the EMA ribbon in the upcoming days. So for sure, right now it's not looking very strong for Ethereum, but I personally think that these levels over here will still hold strong for sure at the $2,000 level. And what we're seeing over here on the RSI is also something very important. The RSI is right now currently trading on the lower part of the purple area, and actually once it breaks underneath the dotted line on the RSI, it is very important to know that afterwards we will see the RSI head back up inside of the purple area, and also the price action of Ethereum will be heading back up once again. And this is also personally why I think that if we break a little bit down below the $2,280 levels, we will for sure be heading straight back up, finding support on top of it and eventually retesting the EMA ribbon and perhaps even breaking above it, as we saw in the past occur as well. We saw that we broke above the EMA ribbon, found support on top of it, and we started seeing the longs taking over the shorts for a short period of time before breaking down below again. So for sure, very interesting to take a look at what is going on over here. And also this descending triangle on the compared to Bitcoin chart is of utmost importance for the upcoming weeks, especially because this will eventually be a potential breakout for Ethereum either towards the upside or towards the downside. So thank you very much for watching my video once again. If you like the content so far, do not forget to subscribe to this video. And also one last thing I wanted to tell you before I ended this video is that you can also join our Discord server down below in the link in the description section. That would be very amazing. You will be able to exchange all your crypto knowledge with others, and I will be also informing you about all the things going on the Crypto Toro channel. So thank you very much for watching once again, and have a nice day. So bye bye.